Hey guys, it is me Darcy. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Minecraft. Guys, in today's video, I am continuing to build the Halloween island. The structure's all mostly built. I say mostly, there's something I thought about that I needed to kind of finish off, but we take care of that. And then we're moving on to the function and aesthetics. And to me, that's a really kind of important area, not just the function, but also how it looks. It's gotta meet the right kind of, you know, creepy, kind of falling apart, dilapidated kind of vibe. If it doesn't do that, it's not a creepy island house with a creepy island to be creepily explored by an unsuspecting idiot. And that's really important to me. That's what we're going for. And so also today I'm working on the maze, because every creepy island house on a creepy island needs a creepy island maze that you can go into and, you know, be creepy about. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's what I'm working on today, guys. I'm also kind of just talking about why I do things the way I do, and giving you kind of a sneak peek into the way that I work out my builds. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I'll catch you at the end. Guys, welcome back to Minecraft, and welcome back to the Halloween Island. Guys, we're back to building, and as back to building, I need to get some building materials. The plan today is to make the continue working on the main body I have here. So what I'm going to do is, first things first, I'm going to double layer all of this, most of this bottom part, just so that I have something I can like put stone under. You know what I'm saying? I can remove some of the stone and fill it in, and I still have stuff to fill it in on. It's not just a giant void. So I'm going to quickly get started on that, and yeah, and then we'll come back to when it's ready to go. Which, okay, there we go. Oh, fuck off. Okay, let's deal with these guys. Okay. Awesome. Let's go to sleep. So, my plan is, kind of want a tiered system. So, grab some stone blocks, and we'll make some tiers. Oh no, it's raining. Great. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, right. We need floor. Timber floor. Okay. You. Stay away, creepers. God damn you, creeper. Okay. Bed. You. Holy shit. Okay, so let's just quickly clean out the creepers. Okay. Let's just make sure everything's cleaned up, eh? Looks good. So... Okay, now we need a pathway, guys. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look at what we got. So the plan here is that this is sort of a graveyard, right? So now with my shovel, I just have to kind of dirt path it through. There we go. So yeah. Cool. Okay, so what else do we need? We've got this happening. This is where the house is going to be. Yeah, let's do something over here, shall we? So maybe from like this point? No, this point. But now we'll put stone back in there. Alright. I'm going to need some logs. And leaves. What do we got? Ooh, that one. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to need a bed. We'll leave the bed there. We'll get rid of that. Right. Let's have a look. So, I think 3 high should be good. And obviously we're going to need an entrance. So the entrance is going to be like here. But we'll make it out of something that's not. Clear out those two. And that. Okay. So, I know I've mentioned it before, but my plan here is that I'm trying to do like a puzzle kind of mansion thing. Kind of like a Resident Evil game, like one of the original ones. That Chris can explore, and by coming in and doing what he needs to do, he will get a reward at the end, right? The whole time I will also be being as unhelpful as possible, you know, so he can't get too comfortable. That's the plan. And so I kind of need to do some things. So at the moment I'm building a good old-fashioned hedge maze. Trying to make it all look a little bit decrepit. That's why I'm using, you know, pale oak leaves for kind of grey, and the mycelium for the dead. Oh, God damn it! Why are these guys back? For the dead-looking grass. Let me just deal with some unwanted visitors. No, get out of here. Oh, no, don't get. Just die. Come back here and die. It would just be best if you did it. There we go. So yeah, does mean a lot of thinking for me though, because I kind of have to try and build and figure this all out at the same time. And whilst that's not exactly the worst thing in the world for me, it is a challenge to try and just put it all together. I'm hoping that if I build it all, I can then start putting in the the mechanisms that will make it all work, and figure out where I'm going to put certain things so that Chris has to, you know, find them. But yeah. If this is successful, as I'm hoping it will be, this will be a really good addition to our world. Yeah, so if this works the way I want it to, this will make the world just awesome, I think. That's at least that's my thought process, because, you know, then if other people come, we can just have them run it. They can get an idea, play it through, and it'll just be a really cool thing to have permanently based in our world here. So I know it is a lot of work. I'm not happy with that lighthouse either. I don't know what I've got to do to fix it, but it's just not it's not something I'm overly thrilled with. And I think I've got to redo it. And the only reason I'm not redoing it right now is I have no idea how to make it better. So what we'll do is we'll clear out all this rock here, and then start trying to plan out this maze. I think the plan, I've got the blueprint of the house. I should probably put the path in from here up to the front doors. Building the house is going to be a big thing, because I've also got to build a basement underneath it. I've got this area here, which I have yet to plan out what's going in here. I'll probably put some like more fences up so that I can kind of corral him into having to do certain parts first. Got the little graveyard set up, but yeah. For now, I think the big thing for me is getting this maze done. If I can get this maze done today, now that the whole island is kind of reinforced to be built on, I think I'm in an okay place. The other big thing is and it's just sort of a kind of, you know, because I'm a highly aesthetic person. I'm sure if Chris was building this, he wouldn't have any problems with his that lighthouse. He'd be like, yeah, that's a lighthouse, it's done. But for me, it's just not right, guys. It's something about it. Maybe it's too blocky. I think I've got to restart it. I think I've got to redo that one. Yeah, as I said, I'm just not entirely sure how at the moment. So, I also have a very additive kind of way of building. Maybe it's subtractive, where it's like I build what I want, and then I take away from it. Instead of just should this be a path, guys? Have I made a mistake by putting in this? Should it be path? I don't know. I guess I'll have a look at it once I've put it all together, and if I like the path look better, then I'll path it up. But yeah, I think subtractive might be a way to describe my building style, where it's like put in everything first, then take away parts of it as you know, take away and add in the new parts. Instead of just being like, okay, so I'm gonna plan this all out so I only have to build it once. I think it just helps my brain kind of put together all of the pieces. And because aesthetically I'm building to make it look nice as well, to like have it fit a look. Being able to see what it looks like when it's going to be completed really helps kind of figure out what needs to go where and how to kind of get it all functioning together. So yeah, even though it seems stupid the way I build, it does have its reasons. And there's that music again. Okay, so my plan is somewhere in the middle of this maze is going to be a opening. So probably here. So how big would I want it to be? Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe like that. Is that big enough for what I want? Yeah, I suppose it is. So now I suppose I just start trying to put together some stuff. So maybe here go like, oh dear. Okay. Yep. That's looking mazy so far. Okay, we'll keep coming from down here though. This one here we'll cut here. Okay. Yeah, I like that so far. Here we can. No. We should go to bed, but yeah, that works. God damn it, spider. You are my enemy. Okay, so yep, okay. I'm liking that so far. Yeah, okay. Maybe not that way. Maybe knock out that one, put it back in there. And then a bit of that. A little bit of that. Okay. So then that. Okay, so then that happens. And maybe there. Oh shit, wrong button. There and there. Then that can be cut off there. This one will go up this way. There we go. I like that. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. What if we cut that there, put that there. And then force him to come that way. Like that. Okay. Well, I think I like that. I think that's a nice looking kind of mazy thing. Let's put it together and see if it works. We're gonna need logs. I think people who built mazes without the power of being able to look at it from above deserve a lot of credit. Because, let me tell you, not being able to see that path from above, difficult. Very difficult. Oh dear. I just broke one of my paths. You know what, actually, I want to remove that. And put it there. That way. Cool. Now we put in the, let's go look at that. Very nice, very nice. Now we come and put in all these leaves. And look, I am very much aware that I probably didn't need all this wood in there because the leaves will stay as long as they're connected to a piece of wood. But at the same time, it just makes it easier to plan it all out. For me, at least, you know, maybe you're out there being like, oh, I could have done that without any of the planning, without even having to see it. I could have had it all and just built it in one go. Buoy for you. Yeah, that's looking good. You can sort of see through it, which is good. But at the same time, like, I feel like when it's all put together, it's going to be much, much harder to see through. Because you'll just be kind of seeing through to more of it. Like that. You know, I could probably cut out this part here, just to give myself a little bit more room. in this centerpiece. There you go, I like that. Doesn't have to be perfectly square. And that gives me some stuff to work with. Okay, back to this. It has really thickened up. I was a little bit worried, like when I first thought of this plan, I was like, oh, maybe it'll be too easy to see through. But looking at this, I'm pretty freaking confident that it's not going to be easy to see through. It may still be see-through, but easy? Unlikely. Cool. Guys, that is a maze. Okay. So a few more pieces just to add into the middle, and then I think I'm done for the day. Let's have a look at this maze under daylight. It looks pretty mazy, doesn't it? I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so now, let's grab some brick. There we go. Okay. First things first, we need a floor material. I'm thinking tough of some sort. Yes. So I put that in like that. That looks good. Then we go brick. There we go. I'll put this back in. And like that. There we go. Cool. Might make the tough come out just a little bit further. And that way it's kind of like, there you go, there's your entrance. And you come through here into a maze. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. I could lock the maze the same way I've locked the lighthouse out. Do I do it though? Is the question. Do I want the maze locked off? Maybe I lock the maze off a different way. By like having a fence here that he's got to get through. That way I can keep this kind of like here. And the other promise that I did say is a shovel. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this, shall we? No, I like the purple ground more. So, all we gotta do is just get to the center of this maze and do this, do a few center of the maze things, eh? So, let's go like this. We want it to have like, I want to make like a park bench in here. I might have to play around with it, some ideas to see if I can get it to work, but, get up. Just fly, you bitch. But yeah, we should be able to put like a park bench there. Or a park benchy thing. Something that like reminisces of a park bench. I'm just trying to think of how I'm best to achieve that. If I... Like... Because I could just do... No. I could just put like... something like that in there. But... I don't know. I'll think about that one. I've got a few thoughts to think about, but yeah, that's the goal. But I like that so far. I like that a lot. So let's quickly run through what we got at the moment. We've got the little starting point down here, the little house, the storeroom. We got the graveyard over here. Maybe we'll do some extra work here. I'm not 100% sure yet. The foundations for the house have been put in. So we'll have a path running this way, up here, up this tier system to the front of the house. The house is large. Hopefully it is large enough to accommodate everything that I want. We'll put in some like backing area here. Again though, it's going to be relatively split off so that he has to kind of complete challenges to get to each part. He won't just be able to wander his way to freedom. The maze is put together. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of the maze. Then we've got the lighthouse, which I'm not so proud of. So we'll we'll spend some time fixing up that. I just don't know what to do yet, guys, with that one. But I do have a part of the challenge for him. I think he'll have to return the light to the lighthouse. I think that's something that I want him to do. So, yeah. At the moment, though, I'm very proud. I'm happy with what I've got here. And then I've got this area here, which I have yet to decide what's going to go here, but something will go here. Well, guys, thank you for joining me. For now, though, let us stop. Hey guys, me again. Thank you for making it to the end of another video here on the channel. If you liked it, consider liking, sharing, commenting, or subscribing. If you haven't already, it really does mean a lot to us here. If you want to see more from me and Chris, check out the rest of the channel. We play a whole variety of video games. Averagely, that's our skill level, so that's what we do. And we also have the podcast where we get together once a week and just chat, catch up, talk a little bit of rubbish, and yeah, have a good time. But guys, until next time, I've been Darcy. Chris, well, he's not here right now, but wherever he is still Chris, unfortunately. And we will both catch you next time right here on the channel. See you later, guys.